Sup, guys? We're here for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. I'm not playing Blue Eyes today, I'm playing Dark Magician. And this is the new Dark Magician Pendulum build that I've been hyping up, that I've been saying I've been working on. This is just the version 1, mind you, so you're going to see the duels first, and then we're going to go into the deck. But my opponent's playing some sort of Blue Eyes Felgrand. Didn't look like he had a powerful opening hand, but hey, it is what it is. You can see there, he's got pretty much, just a few cards away from going into, like, broke shit. But, looking at the opening hand without going to the 6th card, I'm like, okay, it's great. Open the 6th card. Holy shit, it's it's OTK status. You're probably like, well, what the hell? Are you just going to use Pendulums to OTK? No. See, Dark Magician Circle has this great effect. I just had to get a Dark Magician first, but it's okay. It's okay. We're not going to activate it until after we're done with all the searches, all the deck thinning, everything. So I actually get a Dark Magician, which is perfect, because now I can actually pop a card on his side of the field and just ram for game. But yeah, that is pretty sacky, I won't lie. That is extremely sacky, but there is more than just sack with this deck. This is against DDs, triple Ds, 1Ds, I don't know. DDs, and obviously this guy's going to open with the nuts. I see it as nuts because he's got the protection, he's got the search power, and I just open the nuts too. So I guess it's fair. I guess it's absolutely fair. I get the Dark Magician because the Dark Magician's so good. I'm going to Pendulum drop everything, go for Wisdom Eye, play Sky Arc. I'm going to pop the Wisdom Eye, get the search, go for Ebon effect, bring out Dark Magician. Now when Dark Magician swings, bash out a card, and then just ram for some good damage. Now, you're probably like, Ryu, we've seen this 1,000 times when you play your build. Well, I'm just going to hype something up real quick, if I can find it. There it is. So this little guy here, when I go into him with the Ebon, it's actually quite funny, because if my opponent's able to get over it, then I'm able to actually do some fun stuff. But I don't know if we're going to be able to show that off today, but we'll see. Look at this guy. Look at this guy with the DDs. Man, underrated deck be underrated. He's going to swing. He's going to swing. He leaves me my Pendulum. I'm like, okay, buddy. That's alright. But I top deck this, and some of you are probably like, well, it's not that good unless you're activating spells traps on your opponent's turn. Well, we're going to use it for rank 7 spam. That's pretty much what we're going to do. I get him to nullify my Sky Arc. Perfect. Just kind of pretty much what I wanted to do. Go for the big eye, suck up his take his monster. Not suck up his monster. And just ram. I probably should have done it the other way, but whatever. It didn't really matter. So that was pretty much the best play I could have made there. He's going to take 1,000. Go for Contract Search. Go for Prophecy Keeper. Get another search. Go for the Swamp. Go into the, I call it Beowulf. I'm not sure. Oh shit, it is the actual name. It is Beowulf. He goes for Beowulf, and I'm just like, okay. The grind game gonna be strong today. Gonna pop for another search. Go for the Skull Crobat Joker into the Wisdom Eye. Use effect to pop your monsters and drop everything on board that I possibly can. Get my dragon back. Snipe that back in. I wanted a tribute, but then I realized I already normal summoned. So, but hey. Grind game good. So with these duel videos, I got different, I'm on the other side. I got different, like, situations, like low back row, pendulum deck, just to show you how the deck actually can handle itself. So I'm actually going to search out something hilarious here. Now some of you are probably going, what the fuck is this? Well, this is illusion magic. If you tribute him, or you tribute the Skull Crobat Joker, rip, it's only at 1, then you can get 2 Dark Magicians from your deck, or you can get them from the graveyard, which is great, but you can only activate 1 of these per turn, and typically it's a dead draw, so when you see the numbers we're running it at, you'll be like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense then. Pretty much it's just 1. I'm not even gonna wait to tell you, it's just 1. So I'm actually setting it on the board at this point, so, just, if I don't see an OTK coming, then it is what it is. But he just plays Galaxy Cyclone. I'm like, okay, that's fine by me. I'm going to go into the Illusion Magician. 3 Dark Magicians at once onto the board. I am so fucking hyped right now to bring you this. Look at this. 3 Dark Magicians on the board at one time. Because you're able to search them out with ease. And you're probably saying, well, that's not the best play you can make. You could have made Edbot and whatnot. You could have, but I would have done it main phase 2. If there was a main phase 2. But Ryu, how does it deal with really good back row? And I know you're probably saying, well, you got 2 Twin Twisters, man. Yeah, I got 2 Twin Twisters in the hand. It's kind of a thing. I will not lie, I'm not a big fan of Magician's Robe at the moment in this variant. Keyword, this variant. Not to say that's a bad card by any means, it's just not completely 100% all that great. It is okay for what it does, but you know, it's kind of lackluster. So I made him lose massive advantage there. He goes Altair again. He's going to swing. There's not really much he can do with the Tretrix Nightmare Hole behind him. That's absolutely fine. Wisdom Eye spam into the Dragon Pit. Pop that because I don't need that card in hand. And then just bring these two bad boys out and swing for some good damage there. I'm going to say go ahead and make your move, sir. He's going to top deck that I'll Slam Obama. That's what I like to call it. But sorry if I offended anyone. Go for Dark Magician. Go for Ebon. Ebon spam is the best spam in the world because you can banish it out. And boop, that's going to be game. Woo! I got one more after this, but this is against Synchrons. Unfortunately, he couldn't make Quasar. He couldn't make Quasar. But this also shows Eternal Soul, which I am running in this version. I'm not completely sold on Eternal Soul at the moment, and I'll explain why in a minute. Main reason for Eternal Soul that I don't completely like it is that Twin Twister is rampant right now. And not to say that Decree's any better, but at least when Decree goes, you're not going to take any, you're not going to lose all your monsters. Just saying. But I actually go for the circle here because when I drop my Dark Magician out, it's going to pop a card in the field. 25, 16, 21. Massive amounts of damage really quickly. Some of you are probably saying, where's your backup plan? That's why we run Pendulums, because Pendulums will allow you to do everything. He's going to set that Reject Reborn. That thing is too good. So I'm going to get Dark Magic Attack from my deck. I can't stop laughing at the mere thought of just having Dark Magic Attack. So I actually special it with this. So I could have done it with the Pendulum, still got a pop, but and then got one from Grave after Evon. But it is what it is. One more to go. I will fair warn everyone, this is actually a really stally game against UA. And surprise, it's like UA with 45 cards, and it was still pretty damn stally against my deck. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to OTK run you over. That's pretty much what I always do, so I'm just going to do that now. I go for that Ebon, go for that Dark Magician. Dark Magician's going to swing, and Goalkeeper's going to go Banish. But he was trying to protect Goalkeeper. I don't know if he didn't know Ebon's effect or didn't read it, didn't take the time out. I don't know. He's down 2,900. You're probably like, yeah, this is going to end extremely quickly because he's down to 2,900. Yeah, then you don't know fucking UA. I'm sorry, you just don't. UA are just they're too good at times. They are too good. That Power Jersey's gonna let him attack twice. He's gonna take out my Ebon and my Dark Magician and go for this guy. Now this guy can negate. Yeah, he negates effects and he changes battle positions, which is always great. But then he actually scooped right there. So I just wanted to show the Eternal Soul and everything. I thought it went longer. There was one we had went a lot longer, but it was really stally, so my apologies. Let's go to the deck profile. Alright, so let me show you the deck profile. Now I'm going to go over a few things that aren't commonly known. Obviously, these guys are commonly known, so we'll just briefly, mention them. Obviously, if you've ever seen a Magician Pendulum build, then you know how these work. Otherwise than that, if you've never seen it and you have questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Don't worry, we're not going to bite your head. 3 Dark Magician, different artwork because these are the ones I actually play IRL. That's just my thing. Because someone's going to ask. 3 Dragon Pit Magician, 2 Dragon Pulse Magician, 3 Odd Eyes, 3 Magician of Black Illusion, mainly because it's another Dark Magician. You can't search him out, but he is another level 7 to actually make level 7 spam, which is great. And obviously, you can only use the effect, during your opponent's turn. If you activate a spell or a trap, you can special this from your hand. Not really going to want to special from my hand when I have the Pendulums. Once while this is face up on the field, if you activate a spell or a trap, and target 1 Dark Magician in your graveyard and special summon it. That I do want. How do you do that? Well, there's Twin Twister and there's Eternal Soul. That's only 4 cards, mainly because the Pendulum build is so aggressive and so quick and so fast, and it's able to pick at your opponent's plays away. As long as they can retain, this deck can retain its advantage point, then it's going to not give 2 shits. But this is basically like your backup plan for that secondary effect. 3 Oath Dragon, pretty much recycling for the Pendulums. 1 Skull Crobat Joker, it's limited. 3 Wisdom Eye. 3 Magician's Rod. This searches out any of the Dark Magician spells. This includes Dark Magic Attack, the Eternal Soul, the new, I can't remember the name of this, Dark Magic Circle, and the Illusion Magic. And Illusion Magic will instantly tribute this. You can tribute it and get 2 Dark Magician straight from your deck, which is great, because Summoner's Art can also be used for the Dragon Pits, so it's not going to be dead So there's that too. Two dark magic attack. As long as you have Dark Magician on the board, it's a freaking Harpy's Feather Duster. As long as you have the Dark Magician, it's great. It's honestly fantastic. I haven't had any issues with it. The one time it was dead, I opened to a Pendulum Call in testing, and I was able to ditch it. Pendulum Call is just great for that reason, because obviously you're going to run 3 for obvious reasons, but anything that would typically end up being a little, chunky, you could just save for later and discard. 3 Summoner's Art, pretty much extra speed for the deck. Any Magician player out there, Tech and a Dark Magician and Summoner's Art for replacement of this, and it's actually pretty damn good. You can also run a Lure of Darkness. Illusion Magic, you tribute a dark monster. Woo! I didn't mention Magician's Robe, by the way. I should actually mention that now. During your opponent's turn, you can discard 1 spell or trap, specialist Dark Magician, special 1 Dark Magician from your deck. Now, for his effect, you can actually Pendulum Summon in defense mode, so that's great. So you can actually use his effect. And then any of the spells or traps that may be dead in your hand, you can just get rid of them like that. And, use it for that. During your opponent's turn, if you activate a spell or trap while it's in your graveyard, you can special this card from your graveyard and banish it when it leaves the field. We're not really going to use it for that effect, because that effect is meh. We're using it for its secondary effect, which obviously in the duel videos never really happened, but hey, you always have that option. Having those options are great. So Illusion Magic, because I just had such a Magician's Robe, you have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 targets. Out of those 11 targets, there's only really about 5 of them, maybe 6, that you ever really want to abuse with Illusion Magic. But remember, it's searchable by Magician's Rod, so you summon the Magician's Rod, you're able to tribute it to get it. Pretty self-explanatory, pretty quick, brings back Dark Magicians from the grave. These guys do not count as Dark Magicians from the grave, so you're not going to be able to bring them back through Illusion Magic. 2 Twin Twist, pretty self-explanatory. 1 Dark Magic Circle, only 1 because it can end up dead, but as you saw, the card is extremely sacky in this variant because the deck is quick and it's able to actually utilize it to its benefit. The only other version I'd probably run with it is the Spellbook version, if I can make the Spellbook version 100% consistent. Obviously, it's got a consistency to it, but Dark Magic Circle just another level to that because you're massive searching, so it makes Dark Magic Circle a little bit easier to hit on a Dark Magician card. So there's that. 1 Sky Iris, Sky Iris, Sky Arc. You can use it to search out Odd Eyes, just an extra search card, protect your Pendulum Zones, pretty self-explanatory. You really only need 1 for this one. And then 2 Eternal Soul, which like I said, I was trying out to Kree, but then I was like, you know what, I need Eternal Soul because it searches out Dark Magic attack, and it also brings back Dark Magicians. It does have that downside when it goes, that it's blowing up all your monsters, but hey, it is what it is. Hopefully we get this in the TCG extremely soon because it's amazing. Now, oh, by the way, for those who don't know, it also makes your Dark Magician unaffected by everything else, like on your opponent's side. And I'll read that off real quick. All Dark Magicians in your monster zone are unaffected by your opponent's card effects. Just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. That is ridiculous. So then, Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, Absolute Dragon. Pretty self-explanatory. When Absolute Dragon dies, you can bring out the Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. You can actually use the Trapeze Magician combo, which is have Trapeze Magician and the Absolute. Give it a double attack. It dies in the end phase. You get Vortex Dragon. Pretty self-explanatory, or just let it die. 1 Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, because burning your opponent is always good, and it actually does end games. 1 Draco Sack, 1 Big Eye, 2 Ebon, because 2 Ebon's better than 1 for this one. 2 Ebon Oblivion Magician. This is the new one. I'm not too sure that it's going to stay at 2. I want to say that it's going to stay at 2, but we'll see. The only times that this card is extremely useful is to basically sit on it and draw cards. When your opponent gets over it, you're going to pop a card in the field, you're going to get a Dark Spellcaster from your hand or your deck, and then, it is what it is. But otherwise than that, it's kind of lackluster. I was kind of thinking it was going to be 10 times better, because for this version, you're not really using so many quick plays to actually utilize it. I mean, maybe if you side deck, lances and stuff. I'm not side decking these. These were just in testing. That's pretty much what I needed to talk about next. 1 Perform Mage Trapeze Magician, pretty self-explanatory. Wisdom Eyes and whatnot will allow you to go into it and then double attack anything, which is great. 101 Castell, Direwolf, Dagastro Emerald, and 1 Cowboy. Emerald is not for recycling. It's for bringing back Dark Magicians onto the board. which obviously leads to more deadly stuff because it's fun. But it is another option, you can actually recycle stuff. Like, you could play 2 Castel instead of just 101 Castel. I play 101 with Castel because I actually like the protection that 101 has when it sucks up a monster. But that's just me. If there's anything I didn't cover during this deck profile that you have a question for, feel free to ask down in the comments below. And if you want more, I guess, non-Pendulum Dark Magician version, we can actually make it work. I have a few ideas that I'll be throwing out there over the next couple of weeks. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe. And I am Ryu for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. Thank you so much for watching as always, and have a good day. I'll see you later. Peace!